Yeah, but yeah, now you got me all confused. So what's
I know. I won't click on it so it won't show up.
Buddy, welcome. How's it going today?
Ethan, it's good, man. It's really good. Just a beautiful day here in Nashville. A little chilly out, but I like the cold weather personally because I'm a heavier guy, so I like it nice and cold out. That's part of why I love Canada so much.
Yeah, we can make you a fellow Edmontonian because it's about -2 and people are ripping around in shorts up here. So we're living large up here.
I'm okay with that.
Buddy, it's great to meet you, man. And there's so many things that are going through. Obviously, we had you at Kdays here last year, and then you just had a blowout year on top of it all. Have you had a moment just to kind of breathe with your new album coming out? You got some tunes on the way. What's going on? Is everything just flying through?
Not quite yet. No, there's no time for breathing just yet. I think down the road here we'll get there, but we're putting the pedal down, full speed ahead. Edmonton was a really special show for me, that Kdays one, because it was the first time I'd played a show in another country, and it was like, oh my gosh, they know my songs. Like, this is crazy thing. And they're so hyped, you know. And then we went down to Calgary and saw that happen there as well and stuff. And it was very, very special. And Canada has just been so good to me time and time again, from Boots and Hearts, and then hearing about the 6-week #1 with Whiskey. I mean, just like all the things that have happened with Canada, I'm just in love with this country so much, man. I really am. I genuinely mean that.
Well, let's get right into that. So you have the longest running #1 debut single by a male artist here in Canada. That's 6 weeks. Let's go through that, because you kicked it off the new year. Were you just getting a text saying, hey, #1 again this week, #1 again this week? And then were you saying okay, guys, 6 weeks is great, but maybe time for me to put out another song for you guys to enjoy here, or what?
I remember talking to Warren Kopnick. I'm sure you know him. And we were texting back and forth. And I remember we got the #1 the first week. And I was like, dude, do you think we can get a second week? Is that possible? He's like, don't be greedy. That's your #1, you know? So I didn't think that it was going to continue each week. It was just like, what is happening? How is this happening? I just, it was really, really mind blowing. And I'm so grateful for it. I really am.
It's a hell of a tune, man. And your vocals, we talk about this a lot because we listen to a lot of country music. I do the show 5 hours every single day. And still, when Whiskey on You comes through, I can't even hit those pipes if I tried to during the chorus. I don't know how you do it, let alone. No, dude, I'm saying it, man. It takes my voice away. When did you figure out that I've got some pipes here? It's time for me to actually make a go for this?
When I saw them invent auto-tune is when I realized I had the pipes, because I could just turn them on. I'm just kidding. I don't know, man. I think writing songs every day is a big part of it. Up until I got my record deal, I was probably writing every single day. And my publisher is like, get on the mic as much as you can, because your voice is going to develop through the songs, and you're going to figure it out, and you're going to write a song that leads you to the song. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel like. I feel like I had moments of those kind of notes and stuff before Whiskey, but once Whiskey hit, it was like the obvious one,
Did you find that trying to find your voice in a way, and Whiskey kind of you found it there, and now you're just trying to deal with it through and trying to make sure you're not doing the same song over and over again? And obviously that's really relevant with your new album coming up too. It's
evolving now. Things are changing. So I'm writing more songs, and I'm like, oh, that's a new thing I can do. I didn't know I could do that here, or this. So it's always an exploration of your talent and what you do and stuff. So I'm so excited for people to hear this album that comes out April 28th, because there's a lot of songs on there that they're gonna hear oh, look, I didn't know, you know what I mean? It just sounds different and stuff. So
yeah, 20 new songs included, and there's a lot of piano jams in there too, which kind of caught me off surprise. But for the most part, I mean, you jam out with almost anything. Was that something that was surprising to you as well, or did you have it in your back pocket? It was kind of like an ace of spades for you.
As far as piano goes?
Yeah, the hardcore piano and some of those tunes, and then coming through with just more country flair, and then bringing up into a party jam too. You kind of get a little bit of everything in the self-titled coming through.
Yeah, that's kind of, I feel like your first record's going to be that way in some ways, where you put all your things into, there's so many sides of music that I like. I love pop music. I love rock music. Nirvana's my favorite band, I love Adele, and I love Louis Capaldi, and they do piano ballads so well that I'm like, I wonder if I could do that, and I love all those different facets of the music. So that's why there's such a diversity in the record, but I think it makes for a fun album,
I remember hearing in a past interview that you were a nurse before you took on the country music world. Can we talk a little bit about that and what the world was when you were doing that, and what the world was like trying to switch through into country music?
It's crazy, but I've been a nurse assistant. They call it a certified nurse assistant, a CNA, or sometimes like a patient care tech or whatever. So I've always had a job everywhere I've went. But it was a really special job because you're going into rooms where people are, completely defeated feeling and all these things. And you could bring a little bit of light into the room. Like, what's going on, man? How are you doing? Like, just, what can I get you? I was the guy to give extra treats and all these little things. Cause I just love people, dude. Like I really genuinely do. And I knew I could make them happy and stuff and build friendships. I felt like I'd known them forever, but music's the same way, man. Like you're loving your neighbor and you're making songs that potentially could help people.
Yeah, you could almost remake the movie Patch Adams with Nate Smith.
Yeah, maybe, but
yeah, with country music instead of comedy.
That's
just like
hysterical.
You don't need heart surgery. Let me play Whiskey on You a couple of times, and you're going to be hopping out of here perfectly fine. I don't know if you know who Paul Brandt is. He's a legendary country music guy here in Alberta. And he was the same way. He started out as a nurse, and now he has claimed so many accolades across the country. And obviously with the world that we had for the past handful of years and how special nurses have been in so many different people's lives, it does make sense, man. We're like, it's a weird road, but it also sort of makes sense that you're able to kind of do both in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I honestly felt like I would have been fine if that was my pathway. Like, cause I just, at the end of the day, I just want to help people. So if music's the best way for me to do that, then that's why I'm here, And I don't know, that's what makes sense in my head.
I love it, man. Well, yes, April 28th, it can't come fast enough. And we got more jams coming on the plate and a very busy summer for you as well. We got so many different shows coming through. Are any of those shows coming back up north eventually?
Hopefully so. I know about some East Coast things that are happening, but they're still putting stuff together, so potentially a headline run out there this fall and stuff. So we're kind of working on all that right now, and I would hope it's sooner than later.
That's awesome, buddy. Well, hey, I appreciate you taking the time for us, and I hope you have yourself a great rest of your day with all these interviews, man, and
Thanks,
congratulations on everything.
Thanks for having me on, too. I know you got a lot of interviews you're doing, too. So
dude, this is always the best. It's always the best. Our KISN Country listeners, they love you. They love what you're doing, and we can't wait to get you back up here.
Love you all so much.
Take care, buddy.
KISN Afternoons with Ethan.